Hi everyone, this is Andrew. In this simple English lesson about popular books. In this lesson, Noah and Grace talks about The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. Let's see together the dialogue. Noah, I read The Catcher in the Rye last week. Grace, oh, I love that book. What did you think of Holden Caulfield? He's such an interesting character. Noah, he really is. He's so angry and confused, but also so honest. I feel like he says the things that a lot of people think but don't say out loud. Grace, exactly. He's so different from other characters in books. He's not perfect, and he's not trying to be. He just feels very real. Noah, I agree. I could relate to his feelings of not fitting in and feeling like the world around him is fake. He talks about everyone being phony, and I get that. Sometimes, people do put on masks and pretend to be something they're not. Grace, that's one of the things I like about the book. It really captures what it's like to feel lost, especially as a teenager. Holden is trying so hard to find his place in the world, but he doesn't know where he belongs. Noah, and it's not just about him being lost. He's also grieving his brother, Allie. I think his pain and anger come from that loss, even though he doesn't talk about it much. Grace, yes, the part where he talks about Allie's baseball glove is so emotional. You can tell how much he loved his brother. And I think that's why he's so protective of Phoebe, too. Noah, Phoebe is such a great character. She's so young, but she understands Holden better than anyone else. Their relationship is one of my favorite parts of the book. Grace, me too. And do you remember the part where he talks about the catcher in the rye? He wants to catch kids before they fall off the cliff. It's such a powerful metaphor. Noah, it really is. It shows that despite his anger, he cares deeply about protecting innocence. That's what makes him so complex as a character. Grace, I think that's why the book is still so popular. It's not just a story about a teenager, it's about growing up, dealing with loss, and understanding yourself. Emily and Liam will talk about The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Emily, I love The Hunger Games. Have you read it? Liam, yes, I've read the whole series. Katniss is such a strong and inspiring character. Emily, I agree. She's willing to do anything to protect her family, especially Prim. Volunteering for the games to save her sister was so brave. Liam, that moment really sets the tone for the whole story. It shows how selfless and determined Katniss is. And then, when she gets to the arena, you see how smart and resourceful she is, too. Emily, the arena scenes are so intense. The way she survives, using her skills with a bow and arrow, and the alliances she forms, it's all so gripping. Liam, and it's not just about survival. The games are so brutal. It's disturbing to think about a society that forces kids to fight to the death for entertainment. Emily, exactly. The Capitol is so cruel and controlling. But the book isn't just about the games, it's also about rebellion. Katniss becomes a symbol of hope for the districts. Liam, right. The way she defies the Capitol, like when she and Peeta threaten to eat the poisonous berries, is so powerful. It's like she's saying, you don't own me. Emily, and you can see how much the Capitol fears her after that. She represents everything they're trying to suppress: freedom, defiance, and unity. Liam, I also loved how the book explores themes of power and control. The Capitol uses fear to keep people in line, but Katniss shows that even one person can make a difference. Emily, that's what makes the story so inspiring. It's not just a survival story, it's about standing up for what's right, even when it's dangerous. In another popular book, Sophia and James talk about The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. Sophia, The Diary of a Young Girl is such a touching book. James, I agree. Anne's story is so powerful and emotional. It's amazing how much she wrote about her thoughts and feelings while living in hiding. Sophia, I know. She was so young, but her writing is so wise and full of life. She had dreams of becoming a writer, and you can see her talent on every page. James, and it's not just a diary, it's a window into history. Reading about what her family went through during the Holocaust is heartbreaking. Sophia, it's amazing how hopeful she stayed during such a difficult time. Even though she was trapped in the secret annex, she never stopped dreaming about her future. James, that's what makes her story so inspiring. She believed in the goodness of people, even when she was surrounded by so much hate. Sophia, and her relationship with her family is so relatable. She writes about her frustrations with her mother and her crush on Peter, but she also shows how much she loves them. James, her diary is a reminder of the strength of the human spirit, even in the darkest times. It's also a reminder of what happens when hatred goes unchecked. Sophia, that's why it's so important to read her story. It teaches us to be kind, to stand up against prejudice, and to value life. Now, Sarah and Jake will talk about The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Sarah, I started reading The Lord of the Rings. It's amazing. Jake, oh, I love that book. Frodo's journey to destroy the One Ring is one of the greatest stories ever told. Sarah, I agree. I love how Tolkien created such a detailed world. Middle-earth feels like a real place, with its own history, languages, and cultures. Jake, and the characters are so memorable. Frodo is brave, but I think Sam is the real hero. He never gives up on Frodo, even when things get really hard. Sarah, that's so true. Sam's loyalty is incredible. And I also love Aragorn, he's such a strong leader. He's willing to risk everything to protect Middle-earth. Jake, and don't forget about Gandalf. He's such a wise and powerful wizard. His return as Gandalf the White was such an epic moment. Sarah, the battles in the book are unforgettable, like Helm's Deep and the final fight at Mount Doom. They're so intense, but they're also full of emotion. Jake, I love how the story isn't just about the battles, though. It's about friendship, courage, and the power of hope, even in the darkest times. Sarah, and the message about power is so important. The ring is so tempting, but Frodo shows that true strength comes from resisting that temptation. Jake, that's why The Lord of the Rings is such a timeless story. It's about bravery, loyalty, and the fight between good and evil. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Much to come. Please like and subscribe to the Academists family.